Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Utility Sports. I'm really excited for this video, and we've got some drama in title land as we're currently speaking. And of course, I'm talking about the reigning NBA champions, the Golden State Warriors. There was an altercation that broke out during practice between two of the most prominent players on this team. No, not Steph Curry, and no, as you could guess, not Klay Thompson. Of course, I'm talking about Draymond Green, and I'm also talking about Jordan Poole, two players who right now are in an interesting situation in terms of their contracts. They're both contract extension eligible, and as you know, at this point, neither of them have received contract extensions. And what happened in practice here, according to Shams Charania, there was a physical altercation at Warriors practice today that has the team, considering disciplinary action toward Draymond Green. And then he later goes on to add, with a chest-to-chest interaction with guard Jordan Poole escalated, Green forcefully struck Poole, and both needed to be separated swiftly, according to sources, which obviously is not a great sign here. But one thing about Draymond Green, and for Warriors fans, you really know this, he's kind of the voice and the engine of that team. Obviously, Steph Curry, he's the best player there and does a lot of the, in-game action in terms of scoring the ball, putting in the hoop and makes all the highlight plays. But Draymond Green's really the vocal leader there, and he is at certain points the leader of that team just in terms of his offensive and defensive impact on both ends of the floor. He's such a talented player. And to be a vocal leader, you have to bring the nitty gritty, both when things are going well and when things aren't. And I think in a certain way here, he is stepping up for the team, especially with some of the reports on how Jordan Poole is carrying himself. According to Chris Haynes here, he says, Draymond Green was apologetic in the aftermath of the altercation with Jordan Poole, but there was a buildup stemming from teammates noticing a change in Jordan Poole's behavior throughout camp and the guard on the verge of securing a lucrative extension.
Go kind of like name an NFL equivalent for each NBA player.
So clearly here, Chris Haynes is reporting that, hey, Jordan Poole's maybe walking around like he owns the place, and Draymond Green is kind of setting the record straight here, saying, hey, we won championships before you got here. Settle down, little boy, in a way. Obviously, not quite saying all of that, but I'm sure some not nice words were exchanged between the two. And this is the type of chippiness that does help teams win championships. I do want to emphasize that again. Draymond Green is one of the utmost best competitors in the NBA, both from a cerebral standpoint. He understands the game so very well, but he's also just a really good player. And those two things culminate together to making him what I think is going to be a Hall of Fame level player. Defensive Player of the Year type of guy, someone who has won so many championships now at this point. He's going to be a lock for the Hall of Fame. And part of why he's had that much success is moments like this. And usually this comes with other teams. Usually he's talking bad about other players. Look at his beef with Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. That's just one of many. But realistically, Draymond Green is the player who's going to hold everyone accountable and keep them in line. Steph's more of a lead by example guy, where Draymond is the voice of that team. Think about when he was chirping back with Kevin Durant, even in KD's final season with Golden State. Obviously, maybe that wasn't the right move since Kevin Durant left the Bay Area, but that's to be discussed at a later time. And then also, according to Chris Haynes here, Yahoo sources, Draymond Green and Jordan Poole do have a history. We knew that as well. But no players for the Golden State Warriors felt the incident was warranted. So yes, Draymond was stepping up for his teammates maybe in a way, but maybe it got a little out of hand. Some form of disciplinary action is expected. So maybe the Warriors could suspend Draymond Green for a preseason game. Maybe he'll even miss the regular season opener. Of course, we saw him get suspended by the Warriors back when the whole Kevin Durant incident happened as well. They've shown a willingness to suspend their own players, which not a lot of teams have the willingness to do that. The Warriors could impose that, suspension on Draymond Green, even if it hurts their chances to perform well, maybe in the regular season opener, first couple games of the year even. We'll see what action they find is necessary. It could be as little as a fine. It could be no disciplinary action. We'll have more information on that as we go. And then one other thing I do want to talk about. I started this video, I opened with the fact that neither of these players have extensions at this point. Jordan Poole, if he gets into free agency, there's going to be a lot of teams interested. Most notably, the one that I think is going to make a real push at him would be the Orlando Magic and look in search for a scoring guard like Jordan Poole. And I think that one team to watch for Draymond Green would be the Detroit Pistons. And I want to elaborate on this a little bit. Draymond Green, he's a Michigan boy, played his college ball at Michigan State. Obviously had a ton of success there, with Tom Izzo. And I think he would welcome a homecoming there. He's even talked about maybe wanting to play for the Pistons at some point in the future. Now, I feel like part of that is just posturing here to get a good contract extension from the Warriors and maybe put a little bit of pressure on the organization to still once again pay him. But when it's all said and done, Draymond Green could potentially leave this team, and he would be a gigantic loss. He's the type of player you can't really replace. There's not a lot of vocal leaders in the NBA like him. There's not a lot of players who are as talented defensively as he is. There's not a lot of players in the league who can pass the way he can and set stuff up throughout the course of a game. How many times have we seen him and Steph Curry connect on assist after an assist after an assist because they just read each other really well? That type of chemistry, if you lose that, I think it would be a really big loss for the Golden State Warriors long term if he did leave in free agency for another team, especially a young and upcoming team like the Detroit Pistons. I think it would be a phenomenal pairing between the Pistons and Draymond as well. I do want to emphasize that. I think he would fit really well next to Ivy and Cunningham and Sadiq Bey and Isaiah Stewart and Jalen Duren. I think he would actually probably really complement and fill out that team to a point where we would start looking at them as a really dangerous playoff team a year or two from now, just with how I expect their talent to progress and how Draymond Green would fit in there. So I think the Pistons, if Draymond Green does ever hit free agency, actually would be the team to watch to land Draymond Green. Again, this is a lot of speculation right now. Nothing guaranteed at this point, but I think that would be the destination to watch. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video with an update on Draymond Green and Jordan Poole, the situation ongoing in Golden State. Thanks again so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and we'll catch you in the very next Utility Sports video.